family picnic?
Okay, that was a simple mistake. And Uncle Manny needs to shave his back here.
Wow. Adding more to the family, I guess.
Are you sure about that?
You're ruining the intro.
Alright guys, welcome back to another reaction. This is gonna be a pretty strong batch of episodes because we just did some yesterday and they're pretty fresh in my head. Of course, we got to see the unlock, like seeing Phil, seeing the unlocks of the plumbers in business, and I love the plumber business always. You saw my reaction, the way I was feeling about it, so good. The plumber reactions and the way they bring in the lore and the story, it all co-founded and brought each other, brought different elements together that brought a beautiful foundation for setting up the future, and obviously knowing what we like, of all the little aspects and all the different stuff that was told in season 1, and it really just added up and built it, and we concluded some parts as well. For sure, it definitely concluded the friendship between Max and Phil, and episode 2, if I remember correctly, was, I gave it 9.3. What was the key part of the second episode? I'm gonna have to think about this one. Oh, the cannibal episode. Yeah, of course, the cannibal episode was huge. Yeah, the tick episode, cannibal episode, where we got to see a bunch of new, like planetary level threats, unlocking a new alien, knowing beyond the Omnitrix, and obviously Ben's learning, and the trio cooperation is it's just so legendary to watch the trio cooperate together, and yeah, it's always a great time when they work together like that. So without further ado, this is season 2, episode 3, and we'll be in 4 next, but this is episode 3. So without further ado, let's get into that.
Inside until this line thins out a bit.
It's so real though. I mean, I'm not used to these lines anymore, but I've definitely felt this like in like a lot of the places like school. You guys probably will know these sort of cues. Absolutely, they just feel so death-defying, just sitting in the painful weight of the line. But I always got the passes, so I managed to get myself through.
Think Ben's gone stir crazy in that line?
The years ago when I used to be in the line, now I don't go in the line. Oh, of course, right. This episode clicks with me now. I remember this. So, okay. Because every reaction there's always a delay with just like problems with audio, but we are here, and now I was trying to talk about that one scene, the intro play for a while, but that was actually really interesting because Kevin, we saw before, he was a mutant. He learned to grow Ben's powers with heat blast forearms, and now he's transformed fully, which is like very interesting, which I will hold on to the end of the episode because I don't want to get too ahead of it, but it's interesting to know about full transformations and almost like master control like transformations, just quickly transitioning between one alien to another, and almost like you can probably see proper morphing of the body rather than like a physical transformation, like a green glow or anything, just like a quick morph from one alien to another. It's really interesting to see energy transfers and forms, stuff like that with Kevin rather than Ben. Rogue forms.
He must have snapped his cap. All this for a video game?
I don't believe it.
They wouldn't believe it much. That is rough. There we go, Lieutenant Steele.
Lieutenant Steele, Special Alien Containment Team. We'll take it from here.
This is actually concussion bazooka, and this guy has like a straight up battery on him, plugged on him. It's insane. I mean, it's just outrageous. See Gwen within bazooka firing range, and them to be completely unfazed by that. It does look paler in colour as well. You can't tell by the grading it's
Are you
Kevin.
demented? Going alien just to get a stupid video game?
What are you talking about?
You going forearm freaky in front of that store?
Well,
That's
Gwen's
what
going
I'm
all out,
talking
can't
about.
lie.
Nah,
Right. You never do anything wrong, do you?
Sounds about right.
Gwen,
I don't know if some encyclopedia or
Gwen,
something
though.
fell on your head at the...
Gwen.
It's possible.
to be fair, at this point they wouldn't know. It's a bit pseudo to them. See another
In
forearms.
fact, all the alien species in the Watch live out in the universe
But then Ben
somewhere.
has a valid point right here.
That's true.
About Tetrax.
Besides,
There he is.
wait.
It was that simple. It's obviously a lure in.
Fine, I'll catch him myself.
Because Kevin's obviously completely unfazed. Of course he's going to do it.
The mint.
Who said retirement was relaxing?
Bro, literally from last episode to now. And now they repeat that they're retiring him just to almost press it on me for the fact that I praised Dax being so legendary last
Sure
episode.
he came in here?
It's true though. Yeah, look, this is outrageous transformation phase.
Kevin?
But the surprise when I first saw this the first time was insane.
Get it. I thought you were drained of all my powers back in the subway in New York.
It's also strange to see the neck part of Kevin's body be in a pyronite.
Energy, so I could turn into any of those aliens inside. If I just concentrated hard enough. Only problem is, I can only stay human for a short time. You made me into this freak.
At this point, it was full. It was full power, Kevin. There was no 10% at this point.
I don't care.
And concentration of
Because
the
now it's
effects of it.
payback to change. You can use it to pay your bail.
That is outrageous.
Gotta fly.
That transformation was amazing. C plus, things like, but yeah, that's just outrageous. It's the first subtle hint towards something like master
Sorry,
master control.
No.
But the stunts are amazing.
Get that thing!
The music. So these special armed forces are just hilarious, just to see how wacko they are. I know they're funny looking suits, but honestly, they aren't as bad. They really aren't too bad.
Nice watch. Never seen anything like it.
Nice watch is the same as what Phil said,
Japan.
No sign of the aliens, sir. It's like that thing
but he
disappeared
doesn't act
into
quite
thin
like
air.
Phil, so he's a decent
I
guy.
don't suppose you three know anything about this.
At least he does seem like it.
If we did, we'd tell you.
Yeah, of course
He's
you
smart as well.
would. Keep an eye on them. They know more
It's
than
great to see new people, new characters to pull in and have their own word on the situation and
It
talk.
was Kevin.
They always just dramatically put it to the edge as well. That's my only issue, is that they always repeat the same situation too many times. I just don't see it. It just doesn't make too much sense when it happens every time. Maybe it's an in-practice thing. They're used to doing it like this.
Not
But
bad for an
believe
alien
me, that's
without
strange. Kind of insane though. I managed to hold on like that. I'd be terrifying in real life though, to be held on the edge like that, or a bridge this high.
But I'm through with you. You're not worth it. You're never
Deep, that is. That's even deeper. And this is even deeper. I used to have the toy of this, and I remember how much I used to just go around with this toy. And the game itself. It's an extreme transformation, this is. This is what you call an extreme transformation. Look at it. 10%, but that is one. That is that is just more than something.
I can't change back. I'm stuck like.
He concentrated too hard.
Look at what you've done. Oh man, is there anything I'm not going to get blamed for today?
And Ben just talked about his day as usual, rather than the fact that he's like more than 100 meters above a bridge, fighting a mutated Kevin now. And there we go. Teamwork. It is. I like these really quick little subtle effects and everything. Motion. Like the motion based effects. It's really well done.
Please, get me down off of here.
Not even Kevin could have
They
survived
make it
that
so
blast
simple.
and that
The
fall.
fact that he's just standing on a bridge like that.
You're asking the
It's
wrong
insane.
guy. I thought he was gone for good the last time.
I don't know why, I just love seeing like the talks between Max and them all just in an RV. Just these casual talks.
Aliens show up.
I always hear about them.
Is that a fact? We hadn't noticed.
Yeah. Guess it's
They always
just
have
a
these
coincidence.
conversations and everything. And in
Maybe
Planet Earth they have these
cross paths again
conversations.
sometime.
Here they have
Drive
conversations.
carefully.
All the other vehicles are just standing on the side. It's a bit weird. It's a bit of a weird effect to make every other vehicle static and Ben's vehicle just driving by. Alright, I got to do a pretty quick reaction because I had so many mess ups with audio and everything, like video display. So this episode's been going awfully longer than it actually was meant to be. By that, I mean like 7 minutes, 8 minutes over. And so without further ado, quick again summary reaction. Well, I wish I could do longer summaries, but I really can't. But okay, without further ado, this is again a pretty big episode, and I really do remember this episode very well. I remember I used to have a Kevin toy and everything. The scenes are amazing. The fight combat scenes and everything. It gets pretty deep and dark. I love the RV scenes and everything, and the team. Gee. And the reaction, like, of seeing Lieutenant Steele with everyone else, is great because it keeps coincidentally seeing the Max and the trio together, always inconveniently at the wrong time, even should say, also at the right time. But yeah, so without further ado, this episode rating, how should it go? It's pretty hard to pump out ratings like this without doing longer summaries, but I've thought about it just before moments towards the end because I have to like think about it quickly, and I would say it would probably sit on 9 point. I got to think of how much I do really like this episode though. So I'd probably say it's a 9.4. I gotta give it a 9.4. I can't lie. This episode just really hits really well, and as one of these major Kevin episodes, it always works really well storyline wise. So without further ado, this was this reaction, and hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll get into the next episode. So hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time. Right, everybody, this is season 2, episode 4, and I want to quickly get into this episode because it's been normal delays and everything. So without further ado, I just want to basically just get into the episode very quickly. But last episode was great. Kevin 11 was amazing, and I love to see it in an extra part to Kevin 11 with now developing and the infamous Kevin 11 mutation body, amalgamation, whatever. But that was a great contender. Can this do any better? I used to be very skeptical of this episode of Gwen 10, but can we figure out will it change over the years? Because you know the deal. I've watched this stuff years ago, but will it hit the same? So without further ado, let's get into the episode. The casual music and everything. They're wearing some awfully strange masks.
Hey, that was a mega. Gulp.
Gwen, run!
There's some punks, aren't there?
It won't start.
Ugh, when are these losers ever gonna learn?
Dummy! The kid just saw
You can see Ben's wrist already. I forgot this is non-canon, but like, this is really strange.
These guys are a
Like,
piece of cake.
this is really strange. Like to put lore like even into it, regardless of it's being canon or not.
There are the good
It's
parts,
strange.
the bad, the funny, and sometimes the very, very
It's really strange.
And when we tell a story, we never tell it the same way twice. So here's one way to tell the story of Ben Tennyson, who one day found himself...
So these comics, are they flicking through alternate versions of the real canon events that happen? Or is it literally just showing canon events mixed with non-canon events like this? I.e. alternate universes they can be considered.
So not
Because that guy's crazy to have a battle like that and trying to attack Ben like that. Again, the resolution and like the screen has been kind of shortened like it always does in the classic back in the day episodes. Yeah, I don't quite know why, but again, it gives the old-fashioned vibe of watching this back in the day. Max though, like on a motorbike and that.
Look out!
I mean, Max deserves the Omnitrix, and honestly, like Max is like the Ben Tennyson here.
Grandpa, where's the watch?
What watch?
What watch? Just literally, quickly, just like what watch? There's nothing. They're completely unfazed.
Nothing? Maybe you have heat stroke or something.
Alternate universe Ben in the non-canon universe, or an alternate Ben
Newsflash, this is our first date.
in a universe where he does not have the Omnitrix.
We've been on the road for weeks, taking
Oh.
on aliens, kicking bad guy butt. I've gone hero.
I mean, if it's non-canon, it's non-canon, but like you can kind of make canon by saying that it's an alternate universe where Ben did have the Omnitrix,
Man, I got
but he's transferred into a universe where it doesn't have an Omnitrix.
it was 2 hours ago.
So
No way.
we're talking about a different universe where that universe has been shifted to another universe, kind of, to make if you want to make it a non-canon story to sound canon.
Yeah. Just dodged a skunk on the road.
When he said Vilgax
Is
and
this vile?
Grandpa Max just had a stroke for a moment. Early doors Vilgax.
Hull damage 20%. Losing power, sir.
This gives more insight actually though.
I want that ship destroyed and the Omnitrix in my
This adds more though. This is not just a repeat. This does definitely show more.
All destroyed.
Prepare to board. I want the Omnitrix now.
He's so menacing though, can't lie. Classic Vilgax. A menacing feel.
They initiated self-destruction mode.
This was like the big deal. This was the event where like Omnitrix escaped. I always love space battles and everything happening in the universe, which is why I would love to watch Omniverse. I would honestly love watching it, but this
No one controls the Omnitrix.
is just like epic. Seeing these space fights and everything. The Vilgax just sitting in the ship like that. It's amazing.
Only the
Family picnic?
Okay, that was a simple mistake. And Uncle Manny needs to shave his back here.
Wow. Adding more to the family, I guess.
Oh, if you'll excuse me, I'm headed back to the real world.
So Gwen looks like she's going inside, but is she though?
Right, Grandpa? Don't you remember? You took Vilgax out with some super high-tech weapon thing.
It's Max's reaction though.
Weapon? Ben, why don't you help me set up the tent? We're short one steak. Must be in the back of the RV. Be right back.
All convenient, all too convenient, is it? That one of them not there to pin the tent down.
The pod. I knew it.
So it's really interesting to see how Gwen already got there. Gwen had that Ben moment where she was already wandering in the woods.
The watch should be right down.
This is
It won't come
the
off.
different sites.
That's the OMNITRIX.
I found it.
No, I found it first.
Well, it's way too big for you, Shrimp.
It's the most powerful thing in the universe. Now hand it over.
These kiddish animations.
Please.
Actually, pretty please.
I don't understand, honestly.
This is so not fair.
I wonder how it works.
Be really careful. Only a trained pro like
Trained
me can
pro
control
like
it.
Ben.
You? A
Technically he
trained
is,
pro?
is he not?
More like a trained seal.
Get back here!
No transformation sequence. Actually, did we ever see transformation sequence for Gwen?
I'm on fire.
Oh, we did in Omniverse, yeah.
Cause you're heat blast.
That's well ahead though,
You
can't talk
control
about that yet.
fire. Fireballs, fire breath. That sounds fun. Careful. You could start a forest fire.
Only an idiot would set the forest on fire. Now out of my way.
Ben learning.
It took me like a month to learn how to do that with heat blast.
A month is still a learning period. Like, you still managed to get it done, and dusted. So the fact that Ben learned it in a month. Although this is non-canon though, can we relate this to real life, like real canon? Did Ben actually take a month? If it was actually, then it's still impressive.
Who's got this alien stuff down now?
Grey Master Gwen definitely looks cool. It looks different. It looks real, like proper Gwen, like alien.
The drone. The campsite. We gotta go.
That was a really good transition right there.
Nice to see you again. If it was.
That Vulgaxian language on the bottom left. The episode dimensions have been cut short a bit, so definitely it looks a bit weird. That was a very quick transition. An ad transition that was very quick. I don't even think we saw Gwen come out.
Who's that? Grandpa, it's me, Gwen.
Ben's that one who was a side with the hero. And I would be like that as well. Try to side with it and try to correlate the same. Slice and dice, always remember that. Key information with Diamond Head. Ben did his homework, I respect him. Alien homework.
You're outmatched. Let your cousin fight those things. Whatever she is.
But I'm the hero.
No, you're in danger. Come on, help me get everyone out of here.
Ben's doing it the Gwen way. But in the if they're showing in the non-canon universe, Ben could be such a helpful guy like this. That comes to show his potential in the real canon universe. You got to correlate that. If you ever want to make correlations to the canon universe, this is probably the best one you can make. But truly, in the back of your mind, Ben actually is really a hyper-aware and this hyper-situative person who cares about a lot of people.
I remember that blast.
Ben's a narrator in this episode. Actually, the more I think about it, why should I narrate or do the same thing when Ben's just doing all the work?
Of course, the power of refraction.
Power of refraction. See, Gwen with her knowledge does definitely add up pretty well. Definitely a different Diamond Head final kill move, that is.
What is that thing?
That's no thing. That's my granddaughter.
This time they actually said it.
My drones are all destroyed.
That's an interesting little device from Vulgax.
Possesses great power.
It's like a frequency transmitter that shows the drones and their current status, like an ECG diagram but for drones. I like these bright and beautiful background settings. It's great.
Follow me, unless
We never quite got to see the other aliens like that again until we get there. And this time you should know what I mean, but it's still the same. Forearms Gwen as well. And Gwen is just doing her thing.
Better with it than I was.
See, that's something to say to her about. And this again, spike ball.
That's not a big bowling ball, is it?
It's Vilgax, and he's not supposed to be here.
So the not supposed to be here thing is quite interesting actually. The fact that he's not meant to.
Who should I become?
It's gotta recharge.
Ugh, no fair.
No kidding.
So they both correlate to the same level with the OMNITRIX.
The OMNITRIX.
Young Black still. He's not in the learn stage. I don't know why they always do this. Like, why does Ben do that? I don't know why they do that. It doesn't work well ever. Okay, and then now it's scaled smaller. The spike wall.
Went haywire about a half hour ago. His ship must be due west.
That's really interesting as well. That device.
You believe me
Or
this whole time?
the Rust RV is getting better and better every time.
You better floor it.
That is true.
Can't you just slip the watch off of me?
So Gwen's very let go-y of the watch.
And what fun would that be?
That's one of the biggest differences you could say with Ben and Gwen.
It won't hurt a bit.
New Cartoon Network Online, but you can even see that, like,
Prepare for takeoff.
bro, it's just legendary. I'm seeing it like in the Cartoon Network standard. To be fair, this is actually epic. I don't even care about the low resolution. This is amazing.
Here. This may come in handy.
Again, fancy tools. RV's getting better and better. Just between this episode and the other Vilgax episode, significant one, this finale, the one that I released actually, we learnt so much just within those 2 episodes.
You sure we can't work out a deal?
And again, I said this before, like, what does it cause? Some sort of attraction force or what? What does it do? Young Vilgax is apparently more athletic, managed to dodge.
Claws off my granddaughter, Vilgax.
And dodges this time. And the weapon gets taken down actually as well.
A little scarier than going to the dentist, huh?
See, that's hard to understand how that's possible with alien technology.
Whoa! Think I can get one of these, Grandpa?
That wasn't even Ben's weapon, that wasn't. See, this is really confusing. I don't understand what this lightning is. This must be something to do with the OMNITRIX itself, feedback. This doesn't make any sense to me. It's one of the least explained parts ever, and it should be pretty significant. But it's non-canon, so yeah. Guess it just slip by.
No!
The bed unlucky moment where you miss it like that.
Never going hero again.
You ask me.
But it's amazing to see Max have it. It's just legendary. This definitely. This episode definitely adds up. After everything Max has done, how much Max has already built up. To see Max do this, it's just amazing. I actually have the OMNITRIX.
Time to add a few extra options to the RV.
Yeah. But young Vilgax was just that type of Vilgax. Could really get flung around, although he was very athletic.
I could get used to this.
We really did not get to see much, but that was amazing for what it was. The explosive destructive effects are amazing. Like, I remember watching this I used to be so baffled when they were. I didn't expect this show to go so intense with explosions and everything.
Makes them so interesting. Sometimes
It almost oscillated into my head. It's like that's so much to see in once. Because as a child, you used to be baffled to see something like that. Again, in these old colour with fashion styles, I'm pretty sure back in the day they did the outros, but yeah, they 100% did it. But here, there is not any outro, which is a bit strange. There should be. Without the outro, it doesn't really make sense. But without further ado, this episode has had its ratings. I never actually thought this episode was going to be pretty impressive, to be honest, because like back in the day, I always used to think it was a repeat of the finale, and it just kind of just sold it in its own way for products and selling. But when you think about the way they set this episode up, it actually definitely changes my perspective on like the way they wanted to produce this episode in a non-canon manner. That also was very representative of different alternate events that this universe wanted to sell and they wanted to show, and it definitely did do that. And I'm amazed how well it was. Like I genuinely feel like this episode was actually better than the last episode, even though the last episode was pretty good. Like when I say pretty good, it was really good. So like it's hard to say. Although I'm not sure if I would correlate as what was a 9.5 was the Tetra Max episode. Could this go alongside with it? I think my only hit is people take this in a very canon way and like try to take meaning of this episode, even though it's completely non-canon. But like it does like gives you ideas of what the canon universe can reflect, even for Ben specifically, even for the fact that it's a non-canon universe. But like the episode itself was so amazing and everything, but obviously the fact that it's not canon really just kind of hinders it. Like I really wish it was canon. Like so I just because I wanted to give it a 9.5, but that one thing I don't know. It's always wondered in my head. I've never been like I never really liked the idea of non-canon taking away the meaning of lore and stuff, because it's obviously I mean you could say it's like other universes and whatever, but like the non-canon is the non-canon at the end of the day. I'm not sure if I can say that a non-canon is essentially another universe that the events occur within. So I would have to say it's a 9.4 episode, but it's still a very good episode. And I was saying something about like Ben's power and like how Gwen learns and everything. Ben is very like aware, like on like a pretty significant scale, like on a very like I want to say like for a single individual, his presence of awareness is like to basically be like it pales everyone and everyone's, because like obviously you're like a time walker, like the Ben played like a time walker in this episode, and see Ben like this would be amazing to see if it was in canon. But again, just for this episode, just talking about this episode itself, it was amazing to see Ben like this, and to obviously, and if you really wanted to take it into a canon way, it's interesting to see how this correlates to how Ben could potentially be in the real canon universe if he acts like this. But overall, Gwen was actually really interesting this episode, but obviously the Max part at the end hits me the most. As much as I like seeing Gwen and everything, Max has done so much in the episodes prior that this episode correlates with the fact that Max deserves the Omnitrix. And when he transformed upgrade, I remember the first time I watched it, it was like one of the most amazing things ever to see Max like this. So yeah, this episode definitely goes far in that, and definitely will not be forgotten. As much as I used to like ignore this episode, I'm surprised that I did now after watching it now, all these years later. But that will do it for this episode, and I'm curious to know, like, does this episode shape the same way as maybe what you guys may have thought it would have? Like, back in the day, did it not reflect the same way, and did it, and now has it changed your view, like the way for me? I'm interested, because this episode is definitely one of the very few but non-canon episodes that do exist, and actually unexplained as well. The lightning effect when the Omnitrix gets dismantled. I don't want to go too much into explanation because like I don't really have anything to say. But I will give something because obviously there's no way I'm gonna skip past this. I believe that the Omnitrix, that there was either an Omnitrix feedback effect. It was something to do with Relax's ship and him already prior knowing how to decode the Omnitrix, or not decode, but like give a delay to the Omnitrix transformation period or whatever he did prior. Something to do with that, like that level technology, like level 20 technology, for example. That sort of level technology dismantled it. Or the forcing was just so incredible, and it was true lightning that somehow dismantled it. And all the like an over energy, like sort of like positive feedback, something that just excessively pushed the energy of the system of Omnitrix so much so that it just dismantled itself, or it was just meant to be because it's non-canon after all. But I wanted to definitely discuss that. So without further ado, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time.